Uh-oh.
What's up, guys? It's the Brosai here to bring you some Rome 2 gameplay. This is my first YouTube video, so hopefully we can all become members of the Brosociety today. I'm going to be commanding the Macedonians in this battle. And this is also like my third or fourth multiplayer battle. I usually play single player, but I figured I'd get into the multiplayer scene because it's a short video. And I want my first one to be something, pretty fast paced, quick speed, to show people how I play Total War and strategy games in general. My channel is going to be full of strategy games, primarily Total War, kind of in the same light of Prince of Macedon and Heir of Carthage and Diplex Heated. But right now, I'm just trying to set up my forces. I have 4 Thorax pikes here. That's going to be my main battle line to obviously be my anvil, or at least at the time I thought it was going to be my anvil. Later I was keeping my cav very close because my opponent has a very large number of enemy cavalry, and if I were to get stuck into melee with them, I don't know how it would have went, but you'll see how I react to that. And then I've got 4 units of thorax swords with a little bit some minor veterancy upgrades on either flank, so I can protect my flanks from enemy sword units, etc. First thing I want to do is just move forward because nobody likes a camper. And then I also brought 3 units of Cretan archers because I knew this is a barbarian faction. A lot of their units are lightly armored, so you don't really need the penetration factor. But for enemy like sword masters and oathsworn, I brought the Thracian peltasts, which have like a 12 armor piercing rating, which is very good. It'll drop your enemy's HP and armor very quickly. Right now I'm just looking at the enemy army. They have 6 riders of the hunt, which really scared me in game. I didn't know how effective they were, and I didn't think to check their stats. So what I did was I still kept my cav close to me, to my army, so my infantry could help. I have a few micro management issues in this game, nothing too terrible really, and I react to it pretty quickly. Right now the enemy's just maneuvering to my flanks, obviously, to try and get me off guard. I don't really nuke box here, but I do move some infantry to my flanks just so I can get my infantry, my thorax swords to react quickly if he did try to do a quick cav strike in my rear. And then what I'm doing here is I'm bringing my army closer because what I saw was I think my opponent saw how thin my line was, so that's why he was trying to get way to my rear. It might not have been the only reason, but I wanted to prevent like any extremely deadly rear charges to my men, and also if I didn't want to just be mad rushed by my enemy's infantry, because that is a huge blob back there. He's got some high quality infantry back there. I can't remember the whole setup that he had, but he's got some oathsworn and some swordmasters. But he also has some pretty crappy units like I think Club Levy, and they route pretty quickly. But I think I performed pretty well. My enemy brought kind of a lower quality army, I would say, and I feel like he could have done a lot better. I'm not saying my opponent was bad at all, but when you have lower quality units, you definitely have to maneuver your men. You can't just send them straight into pikes, which you'll see my opponent do a couple times. Not necessarily to his fault, but my pikes just cut him down very quickly because of his low quality units. Yeah, but he sends his a couple bloodsworn straight into my pikes, which I didn't really understand, but it was what it was. I think he was trying to play the advantage of his cav, but I win the cav charges, so I significantly reduce his cavalry's effectiveness, especially with my companion cav with their huge shock bonus. See, right here I was getting really antsy. I thought he was trying to charge, so I was just about ready to pull the trigger on it, and I believe right here I do. My missile units taking advantage. My thorax swords holding up well, even though they definitely lost their charges. Don't know what my enemy cav was doing right there. I definitely slaughtered him on that cav charge. My general gets caught here, but I still won the charge, I'd say, because of my companion's superior quality. But he does manage to take his melee cav and engage my missile troops, which is okay because I had confidence at this point after I won those charges. So I just take my missile troops and use them as a like a meat shield to prevent them from charging the back of my pikes. And I actually turned one of my thorax pikes around to engage his cavalry, which is a huge mistake by my opponent. Once I cleared that up, I got that pike moving again, and now I'm on the flanks of my opponent's infantry. Now my thorax swords on the very right side of the formation, they're gonna tank for the majority of the battle, which is great because I got to get some really good Cretan shots on my opponent, as well as some Thracian peltist shots, while I work some hammer and anvil strikes with my cav. And right there, one of my units break. It's not really a big deal. I kind of saw that coming, but my superior infantry is doing some work on my opponent. Again, he really tried to thrash my right side, but I don't think it worked as well as he thought it was going to. And there my thorax breaks, but by this time my pikes have freed up, so I can tank with another unit. And here is a deadly cav charge. Oh, right there. Companion cav wrecked them right there. Here's a little close up that I got. The enemy routes right after that, and then I freeze up this side basically. Enemy Oathsworn going for my general. I got kind of scared at that, so I just rushed him out of there. You can tell by the spam clicking. At this point, I knew that once my left side was cleared up pretty well, I could regroup my men, and I knew at this point that I was probably going to win the game. He still had a little bit of cav left, so I just took my general unit and wiped them out before they engaged my missile units. And then I believe I get in. No, I tried to get in a cycle charge, but he saw it coming. I still won the charge, but it wasn't as good as it would have been. Those swordsmen that my opponent has are very vetted as well, which it kind of scared me at first. But after I saw what I was doing to him with my cav, I wasn't scared. Yes, but I think my opponent Night Train was just experimenting with this game. So props to him. He's a really good player, honestly. His tactics were pretty sound. I feel like he just didn't know how to maneuver effectively in the situation with the units that he had. I don't think he expected to lose that cav fight so quickly, and honestly I didn't think he was going to either. I didn't know how poor quality that cav was, because mine wrecked him pretty badly. And right here the battle gets wrapped up just about. I kill his general right here, I believe, and it's gonna go ahead and cause a chain route. Oh, this is a perfect charge right before the end of the game. Dink. Oh, that's the game. If you like content like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, like my video. I'm gonna be putting out more Rome 2 all the time, and possibly a Rome 2 campaign. Thanks for watching.